All right, let's talk about menopause. I know, but we're going to talk about it in a way you might not have thought of before. We're going to explore how the food on your plate can go from being, maybe a source of stress to becoming your absolute best friend through this whole transition.
Does it ever feel like your hormones are playing some wild game of hide and seek? Yeah, you are so not alone in that feeling. This whole transition can be, well, unpredictable and honestly, just super frustrating. But here's the thing. What if there was a way to actually work with your body through all these changes instead of feeling like you're fighting against it?
This quote from our source, Lonage.com, just hits the nail on the head. It says, "Somewhere between my 50th birthday and now, food became my ally in ways I never expected." And that is exactly what we're digging into today. This is not about some crazy restrictive diet. Nope. It's about figuring out how to eat in a way that actually nourishes you, that makes you feel good. So let's get into how to do just that.
Okay, so let's talk about your new best ally. Why what you eat matters more than ever. So why is food suddenly this huge deal? Well, it's pretty simple, really. As our estrogen levels start to drop, it messes with, well, pretty much everything. We're talking metabolism, bone density, even our moods. But, and this is the amazing part, we can actually push back against some of these effects just by being smart about the foods we eat.
And look, this isn't just some nice idea or wishful thinking. It's actually backed by research. For real. Studies have found that women who focus on eating whole foods, things like veggies, whole grains, the good stuff, they tend to have way less severe symptoms than women who eat a lot of processed foods. It's like we're giving our body the exact toolkit it needs to handle this new chapter.
So, what's in this toolkit? What are these power tools? Let's meet the Menopause Power Players. These are the absolute essential nutrients that your body is like screaming for right now to help you feel your best.
First up, we've got the dynamic duo, calcium and vitamin D. Okay, this is so important. As that estrogen level drops, our bones lose their main protector, which means we can lose bone density fast. So getting enough calcium and vitamin D is, seriously, non-negotiable. And hey, look at all the places you can get it. It's not just about milk. Think leafy greens, nuts, and all those great fortified plant milks. So many options.
All right, next up is protein. Think of it as your new best friend for keeping your muscles and your metabolism happy. See, we naturally start to lose muscle as we get older, and that muscle is what keeps our metabolism fired up. So making sure you get some protein at every meal, maybe some eggs in the morning, a chicken salad for lunch, or some tofu at dinner, is a total game changer for staying full, feeling energized, and just staying strong.
And we absolutely cannot forget about omega-3s. These are the inflammation fighters. These healthy fats are just incredible. Not only do they support your heart and help with those annoying achy joints, but, and you've got to hear this, they are literally what your body uses to make hormones. How cool is that? So yeah, getting more salmon, walnuts, or chia seeds into your diet is a massive win.
Okay, so we've got our power player nutrients down. Now let's get even more specific and talk about hormone balancing superfoods, foods that really help us work with our body's natural changes.
Okay, get ready to meet your new friends, phytoestrogens. These are nature's little hormone helpers. They're these amazing compounds you find in plants that can gently kind of mimic estrogen in our bodies. It's because they're shaped so much like our own estrogen that they can fit into the same spots on our cells, which can have this really nice mild balancing effect. And that is why, for so many women, adding things like tofu, edamame, or sprinkling some flaxseeds around can make a huge difference with those dreaded hot flashes.
And the list of helpers keeps on going. You've got your cruciferous veggies, that's things like broccoli and kale, and they help your body process estrogen in a healthy way. Then there's this connection that a lot of us miss, gut health. Eating probiotic-rich foods like yogurt or kefir helps your gut get rid of any extra hormones we don't need. And of course, fruits like apples and berries. Total heroes. They fight inflammation and help your body's natural detox process.
Oh, and let's not forget about what we're drinking. We can totally make our drinks work for us too. A cup of peppermint tea when you feel a hot flash coming on, it can feel so cooling. And if you're struggling with sleep, and I mean who isn't, a warm mug of golden milk made with turmeric can be super soothing and really help you drift off.
Okay, I know. That's a lot of what to eat. It can feel a little overwhelming, right? So how do we actually put all this into practice every single day? Let's talk about building your daily plate. I promise it's a super simple method.
Seriously, forget about counting calories or any complicated rules. This simple plate method is a total game changer. Just picture your plate.
you're going to fill half of it with colorful veggies. That's for all your fiber and nutrients. Then, fill 1/4 with lean protein to keep you full and strong. And the last quarter? That's for your whole grains, to give you that nice, steady energy. It's like a visual cheat sheet for every meal.
So let's build a plate together, step by step. First, you start by loading up half of it with all those beautiful, colorful vegetables. Then, add a portion of lean protein that's about the size of your palm. Next, you gotta have those healthy fats, so drizzle on some olive oil or add a couple slices of avocado. And to finish it off, add a scoop of a whole grain, like quinoa or brown rice. That's it! See how easy that is? It's simple, it's balanced, and it works.
All right, so now let's talk about the flip side, foods to reconsider. And I want to be really clear here. This isn't about telling you what you can't have. It's all about making smart swaps that can lead to way fewer symptoms. It's about feeling better, not about deprivation.
And you'll see just how powerful these simple swaps can be. I mean, think about it. Things like added sugar, maybe a little too much alcohol or salty processed foods. For a lot of us, those are major triggers. They can bring on hot flashes, bloating, or those awful energy crashes. But just swapping them out can make a world of difference. Like, instead of reaching for a cookie, maybe grab a handful of sweet berries instead. Easy, right?
And really, that brings us to what might be the most important takeaway of all. This quote from Lonage.com says it perfectly. Small, consistent changes add up to significant improvements in how you feel. This whole thing is not about being perfect. It's about those little choices you make every day that really start to stack up and make you feel so much better.
So I want you to think about this for a second. The most important step is just starting. Looking at everything we've talked about, what's just one small thing you could try this week? Seriously, just one. Maybe it's adding those flax seeds to your morning yogurt, or maybe tonight you swap that glass of wine for a cup of that calming herbal tea. Whatever it is, just pick one small thing and give it a try.
And hey, if you're feeling inspired and you want to go even deeper with this, you can find a ton of detailed meal plans and more great tips in the full article over at Lonage.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Just remember, the food on your plate is such a powerful tool, so use it to nourish your body and really, truly thrive.